I'm a 31-year-old woman, and for as long as I can remember, Thanksgiving has always been a formal affair at my brother's house. I'm talking long dining tables, gold-trimmed plates, tiny handwritten place cards, and those decorative gourds that no one touches. It's the kind of dinner where you wear shoes that hurt just to look the part, even if you're just sitting on a folding chair for 3 hours. My brother Adam is 2 years older than me. Growing up, we were close in that weird sibling way. You fight like wild animals over the remote, then split a bag of chips 10 minutes later like nothing happened. He's the more quiet, logical type, always doing things by the book. I've always been the opposite, sarcastic, artsy, and a bit too honest for some people's taste. Even with our differences, we got along. At least we used to, before his wife came into the picture. I met his now wife, Amelia, 6 years ago at one of those backyard family things with too many folding chairs and not enough ice. She was polite but stiff. You know the kind, smiles with her teeth, but not her eyes. I thought maybe she was just shy or overwhelmed meeting so many of us. But the longer she stuck around, the clearer it became she just didn't like me. It wasn't one big thing. It was years of little digs. She'd ask what I was working on these days with a tone that made freelance graphic designer sound like I said I drew stick figures for a living. She once told me my apartment had a cozy charm that made it ideal for a starter space, which was her way of saying small. One year, I wore a burnt orange dress to dinner, and she said it reminded her of pumpkin soup. And the passive-aggressive stuff? She's practically fluent in it. I've been left off group texts more times than I can count. I'll get family invitations hours or even days after everyone else. She once organized a family secret Santa and somehow forgot to assign me to anyone, and no one drew my name either. Even in photo collages she makes for my parents, I'm mysteriously missing from half of them. Whenever I bring it up, my brother just mumbles something about how I must be reading into things. My parents always urge me to keep the peace and not ruin the holidays with drama. So, I've let it slide, over and over. Always the one rolling my eyes in silence while she sips wine and makes backhanded comments under the guise of just teasing. This year, the Thanksgiving invite came as a group text, again, sent by her. She said to arrive at 3 p.m. for light bites before dinner. I showed up at 2:30, figuring I'd help set the table, or at least not be late. I walked in and immediately realized something was off. Everyone was already seated, plates half empty. Some people were on their second glasses of wine. The turkey? Almost gone. Mashed potatoes? Just the crusty leftovers around the rim of the bowl. I stood there, stunned, coat still on, and looked around for my name card. Nothing. Every seat had a place card, neatly printed with little leafy borders, except one. I asked if I was missing something, and Amelia widened her eyes like she'd just realized a crime had been committed. "Oh no," she said. Must have been a printer error. She pointed me to a folding chair at the end with no placemat, no napkin, not even a fork. Then she handed me a plate with one lonely slice of pie on it, clearly meant as an insult, not dessert. "Well, at least you won't have to worry about calories," she said. "Next time, try being on time." I reminded her I was early. She smiled, tilted her head, and moved on. My brother sat quietly beside her, cutting his turkey into tiny pieces like the plate in front of him was his only concern in life. My parents didn't say a word. Everyone else looked anywhere but at me. Later, during dessert, she turned the conversation toward careers. "So," she asked, "still doing the art thing?" I nodded. She nodded back like she was humoring me. Then she launched into a story about her sister landing a marketing position with a 6-figure salary and a company car. I decided to leave after that. As I stood up, she raised her glass and gave a toast to people who follow through in life.